So today is Tuesday, November 21st, 2023. As in the morning of today, I would like to read one more article about the World Expo 2030, which will be whose host city will be decided upon on November 28th, 2023. So 1 week after the fate of the host ship will be determined by the committee, probably in France, because PIE, the organization, is located in France. And there are three competing cities for the host ship, and they are Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, Busan, Korea, and Rome, Italy. And I think, or many Koreans think that Korea will win the bid, but I personally doubt it. And I think Riyadh will win the competition because they are pouring a lot of oil money, while Koreans are pulling a lot of stops or pulling a lot of strings diplomatically with other nations. And Rome, Italy, they are losing out somehow, and they are not coherent. They are not organized well. They are not in harmony with each other. To, I don't know, we say a 단결, which means union of people. Romans, they are not well organized in general. They are artsy. They are very eloquent in their speech, design, technology. So they could wait for another bidding 5 years later. Korea, I don't know. Well, we had an Expo 2012 in Yosu. It was not a regular expo, but it was what they called temporary expo. And I don't know, after the end of the expo, the site kind of was empty and stayed empty for several years. Now it has many dormitories, Airbnb, and some companies are located inside the compound, and some restaurants, but basically it's empty, so defunct kind of. So I personally doubt the value of hostship, but Saudi Arabia looks like on the right track because they have World Cup 2034, I think, and they are really pushing very hard for NEOM, the new city, and they are also trying to independent of oil money. So they are incorporating some alternative clean energy, and they invest a lot in other companies around the world. I've never been to Saudi Arabia. I've been to UAE, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Qatar, Oman, and Turkey. That's the closest countries I've been to Saudi Arabia. So I have nothing to gain and nothing to lose to talk about Saudi Arabia. So the personal, I think that I feel my hunch, my personal feeling is that we need to work very hard to win over the competition. Otherwise, we will lose out. So let's find out what Riyadh is up to and how they are going to win the competition and host the Expo 2030, and what kind of backgrounds or reasons they have to host the World Expo 2030. Of course, Korea is a very strong competitor, so we never know who will win the competition, but let's find out the strategies of the Riyard. And also, as I mentioned before, I am trying to read this article, this English article, so that I could practice speaking, listening, and also pick up some new words and expressions that I deem useful, come in handy when I interact, when I work with foreigners like Saudi Arabia. I have to retire within 5 years from Korea. In Korea, when you reach the age of 60, you have to retire. Of course, if you are highly minded people in your organization with the government, you could stay longer, but generally 60 is the retirement age. So if you have a good job opportunity for me out there, don't hesitate to contact me. I'm all ears. So here we go. Riyadh pulls out all the stops in its bid to host World Expo 2030. In part, this article was written by Riyadh Expo 2030. So obviously this article was influenced by Saudi Arabia. So we could expect that it just showcases Riyadh's pitch and the reasons or their determination and how they're going to host the World Expo 2030. So it's a bit biased. The playing ground is not leveled, but let's find out what they're up to. Riyadh is hoping that huge investment in its infrastructure, from public transport to business, education, and the arts, will boost its bid for the World Expo 2030. Riyadh City is one of the fastest growing capitals in the world and a thriving metropolis. Part of Saudi Arabia's 2030 vision master plan for its transformation includes a bid backed by the Royal Commission for Riyadh City to host the World Expo 2030 with a budget of 7.2 billion euros. World Expos are global events that aim to find solutions to challenges to humanity and create a dynamic space to activate change. That's good. Let's read this statement one more time. The purpose of World Expos, right? World Expos are global events that aim to find solutions to challenges to humanity and create a dynamic space to activate change. Ibrahim bin Mohammed Al Sultan, Minister of State, right? 외교부 장관, right? Foreign Affairs, member of the Council of Ministers, and acting CEO at the Royal Commission for Riyadh City, says Riyadh will put on an unprecedented show. We are expecting when we build this expo that everybody will participate. He told Focus, all the people will participate and they will show their value, their tradition, and everything, and share it with others. Very good. Ibrahim bin Mohammed Al Sultan, Minister of State, member of the Council of Ministers, and RCRC acting CEO. Riyadh Commissioner for Riyadh City. Major development in infrastructure, education, and arts. The capital of Saudi Arabia is a home to over 7.5 million residents. Wow, amazing. In the desert city, and over 40% of them are expats who are witnessing big changes in the infrastructure of the kingdom, from business to the arts to education. Well, so 40% is roughly 3 million people are foreigners. They are from Europe. And the rest may be Filipinos, Pakistanis, Indians, I guess, and several thousand Koreans. Downer House is Riyadh's first British international school for girls and has a pledge to motivate and inspire. Adele O'Doherty from the UK is the principal and told Focus that while being a truly international school, the need to celebrate local culture was imperative. It's really important to our families, no matter how much they want Saudi Arabia to be part of the global stage. There's grammatic mistake. How much they want Saudi Arabia to be part of the global stage, that their culture is considered, and that the Arabic language stays alive, she explained. Let me break down this sentence. It's really important to our families, no matter how much they want Saudi Arabia to be part of the global stage, that their culture is recognized and that the Arabic language stays alive, she explained. I don't know, the Arabic language stays alive. There's a little bit strange expression. Adele O'Doherty, principal, Downer House, Riyadh. Riyadh's art and culture scene is booming. Riyadh season is one of the world's largest winter entertainment events, covering art, music, theater, food, and sport. In addition, MDL Beast Soundstorm is the biggest musical festival in the Middle East, attracting over 200 international and national artists. Andrew Lloyd Webber's award-winning theater production, The Phantom of the Opera, has recently opened in Riyadh, much to the delight of theater fans. I'm not a theater fan, but I guess that's the good opera. Generally, I don't know what they are saying, what they are singing in the opera, so I feel they are aloof. I feel some barrier. I feel there's a huge river between me and the actors in the opera. Jasper Hope, advisor at the Royal Commission for Riyadh City, is part RCRC, is a part of the team that made this possible. I've been lucky enough to be involved on the kind of periphery with a number of expos over the last 20 or 30 years. And each time you see these fantastic developments in cities. I think if Riyadh is able to stage the expo in 2030, stage the expo in 2030, we'll see exactly the same here, he revealed. Jasper Hope, advisor, the Royal Commission for Riyadh City, Euronews, we'll see many more people with opportunity to come and visit the city. And we will see many more artists and productions and local productions start to develop as a result of that. Jasper related, an era of change for Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia's future aviation forum post-COVID takeoff tops agenda. Saudi's business ecosystem. Everything can be done here and now. The Riyard Expo 2030 bid focuses on a main theme, the era of change, together for a foresighted tomorrow. I don't know, it sounds a little bit strange statement. If I were, if I may, I would change this statement to the era of change, together for a foresighted tomorrow, together for a bright future, together for a mutual tomorrow. I don't know, foresighted, hindsighted, foresighted. I don't know, that's a strange expression. And it will include one pavilion for each country that takes part under the One Nation, One Pavilion commitment. The collaborative Change Corner C3 will be an area dedicated to driving innovation and youth, supporting the next generation of entrepreneurs. I think this plan is a little bit weak. What you call a stale, just daily run-of-the-mill plan, I think. You need to work on this plan, man. It sounds like stale. A local entrepreneur, Mansour al-Sununi. Sununi is a chairman and founder of Mansour al-Sununi Group. He credits the country's leadership for establishing a support network for the entrepreneurial business ecosystem in Saudi. The interministerial ecosystem in Saudi is a part of everything. You can have every aspect of that cycle by even finding investors, finding the right partners, and getting into the business and solving the problems. Everything can be done here and now. Here and now. HAN, right? Here and now, he explained. Mansour al-Sununi, chairman, founder, Mansour al-Sununi Group. He looks handsome. He looks smart. He looks honest. Hey, man, you look nice to work together with, right? We can create a foresight together. We can create together a foresighted future for your company, right? I'm here. I'm just joking. Sustainability at the heart of the bid, right? And the zero carbon initiative of Saudi Expo 2030, that's good, takes center stage of the bid and ambitiously aims to achieve carbon net neutrality and reduce carbon emissions. That's good. Net zero, right? Net zero. And reduce. And it's also developing sustainable transport infrastructure, promoting a circular economy model. That's a good term. Circular economy model. And fostering energy efficient buildings. That's good. FEMS. FEBMS, whatever it is, the building management system. What is it? FEB? I forgot the word. The planned expo site will have an area of 6 million square meters. Wow, that's good. That's huge. And it expects to attract 40 million site visits. Wow. It will be a 5-minute drive from the capital's airport, very close, and will be connected by the city's new metro system. That's good strategy. If I were in their shoes, I would come up with the same plan. Busan, the airport is a little bit far away, but within like 1 hour from the airport, you get to enjoy the scenery from the airport to the expo site. So Korea has the strong incentive for you to visit too. Korea is beautiful. Busan is a huge city. It's a coastal city. Very expensive sometimes. The planned expo site will have an area of 6 million square meters and expects to attract 40 million site visits. It will be a 5-minute drive from the capital's airport and will be connected by the city's metro system. Riyadh's new metro system will include 6 lines covering almost 170 kilometers in length, linking the airport with the expo location, the city, and downtown. Euronews. There are a series of new sustainable developments being constructed at an unprecedented pace, including Sports Boulevard, one of the world's largest urban regeneration projects spanning more than 135 kilometers across Riyadh. This linear park will deliver athletic, cultural, and entertainment experiences. In addition, supporting a sustainable lifestyle is King Salmon Park, an urban development in the heart of the city where 70% of the project represents green space. The park's developers believe that Expo 2030 Riyadh will showcase opportunities within the Saudi ecosystem. I think so. If you are able to bring the World Expo here in 2030, all eyes will be upon Riyadh and King Salman. Right? King Salman. And it will be not salmon. Salmon is a fish. Salmon, right? Salmon, King Salman. All eyes will be upon Riyadh, and it'll be a great opportunity to introduce this market to people who don't know enough about it yet. But then we'll find great opportunity to come in and join us, explained Georgi Tanasijevich, the CEO of King Salman Park Foundation. Georgi Tanasijevich, CEO of King Salman Park Foundation. The host country of the World Expo 2030 will be elected by BIE, Bureau International des Expositions member states at the 173rd General Assembly on 28th November 2023. Member states, right? Members. So I think about 178 member states. The candidates include Italy for Rome, the Republic of Korea for Busan, and Saudi Arabia for Riyadh. Well, this article is rather short, succinct, and unfortunately, there are no strong points that they wanted to showcase for their legitimacy in bidding for the hostship and also staging the World Expo 2030 there. But we never know. It's up to the BIE member states, about 178 countries. They each will have their one vote, and when it comes down to which city to host, I think they cannot win over 2/3 of the votes. So it will go to the second round of the vote, and Korea or Riyadh will be the winner. Not Rome, Italy, man. Not this time. I like Italy. I've been there once. A lot of pickpockets, nice sceneries, nice foods. People are vibrant. But Korea is much better than Italy. And Saudi Arabia, also very strange but interesting country. They have power. They can squash Yemen. They can destroy Iran. Maybe also they can destroy Israel. or some other opposing countries. They are very powerful, but we have to wait and see. They seem to, from this article, we could learn that they are investing huge into the arts, green city, net zero, and innovation and entrepreneurship. So their purposes are quite widespread here. Instead of a main topic, they have many different subtopics. So that is their weakest point in their presentation for competition for the World Expo 2030. I thought that Saudi Arabia will win the hostship, but now I think that they are on the weak, slipping quicksand. They would fall through. So I'm not determined yet. We have to wait and see, right? When we had a Expo 2012 in Yosu, Saudi Arabia was no show. They didn't have a pavilion. They didn't have any representatives there. We had UAE, Qatar, Oman, Israel, Turkey. What else? Egypt, of course. Even what is it? Anaconda? No, there's a snake. Ankara. Oh, no, that's the city in Turkey. It starts with A, and it's an African country, right? Angola, right? But no Saudi Arabia. So I don't know what they were pissed off or they were snobbish not to show up in Korea, but we never know. This article is a little bit plain. I wish they wrote nice, better article. But before I go, let's watch this video. Together, we create a foresighted tomorrow.
Expos are amazing global events that bring minds together with great thoughts and innovation. And with what Riyadh's doing right now, it's a really perfect time for an event like that to happen in Riyadh.
Riyadh City, one of the fastest growing capitals in the world and a thriving metropolis. Part of the country's 2030 Vision Master Plan for the transformation of it includes a bid backed by the Royal Commission for Riyadh City to host the World Expo 2030 with a budget of 7.2 billion euros. World Expos are global events that aim to find solutions to challenges to humanity and create a dynamic space to activate change.
We are expecting when we build Expo that everybody will participate. We are talking about people either from construction point of view or from a content point of view, from design point of view, from every aspect, that people from all, from China, from Korea, from Italy, from England, from Africa, everybody will participate. And this is for the world. And also the kingdom already announced that they will help every country, that they will have their pavilion there. So we want this to be unprecedented expo. All the people will participate and they will show their value, their tradition, their everything, and share it with others.
The capital of Saudi Arabia is home to over 7.5 million residents, over 40% of whom are expats who are witnessing big changes in the infrastructure of the kingdom, from business to the arts to education. Downhouse is Riyadh's first British international school for girls and has a pledge to motivate and inspire.
It was really important to me when we opened up here in Riyadh to bring the best of the British.
Well, so there was the article, and the video is the reflection of the article, same parrot style. I think the article was the kind of transcript, so that's why it was not a normal written material. It was rather transcript. Anyway, thanks for listening. And before I go, let me remind myself of the words and expressions that I found interesting. Together, a foresighted tomorrow, right? Or bright future. Together, clairvoyant tomorrow would be much better. And there was another word, stage the World Expo 2030. Well, that's it. Thanks for listening. Bye bye.